What's going on, guys? Parker here again, bringing y'all another video. In today's video, we're going to be building the box for the Sundown audio show in my Sequoia. The box is going to be for 6 12s using arrow ports. It's going to be double baffled all around, triple baffled on top. Stay tuned for that. This is going to be epic, guys. I am so excited. Start out over here showing y'all what we got, just for anybody who doesn't know. Of course, we just got a single sub in here right now, but we're building the box for this. It's going to be 48 inches wide, which is the exact length of that wall I have back there. So it'll be, just for reference, that's how wide it'll be. And then it'll be 32 inches deep. So it'll come about to here. That leaves a little more than 8 inches between it and the trunk of the car. And then it's going to be 24 inches high, so it'll come a little bit higher than that wall you see back there. So it should be pretty cool, but we'll leave enough room for me to invert subs if I wanted to, or mount them regularly either way. It's going to come in, once subs are in there and ports and everything, it'll come in a little bit under 15 cubic feet, and it's going to have 3 arrow ports. Now this is a 6-inch arrow port. It's going to have 3 8-inch arrow ports right across the bottom of it. And again, I'm just kind of waiting on those to come in before I can finish this. But let's go ahead and start getting it together. So here is the wood. I've got most of it cut out except the top pieces. So I went and got the little bit nicer stuff. It was about like 46 bucks a sheet. I have 2 here. I'm gonna have to get another one for the top, of course. But yeah, so the bottom sheet is 48 inches by 32 inches. And then we're gonna double baffle front, back, and the sides. So these are the front and back. And they are 48 inches by 29 inches. That'll go front and back. And then we got these over here, of course the sides, double baffled as well. They're still 21 inches high, but they are 29 inches across. So getting all that together should be just perfect. Guys, so one thing with this box build that I want to stress, if I have absolutely nothing fancy, no fancy tools, none of that, you don't really need it, guys. So yeah, we're just standing here on my little gravel area doing this. Again, totally nothing fancy. So anyway, what we're gonna do to start out with, we're gonna put the first side on right there. So I'm gonna go through and drill a few holes down through here just so they'll be pre-drilled. And then on this side, which is the rough side, so this will be the inside of the box, I'm gonna go ahead and put a bead of glue along there, and then we'll start screwing in the first piece. It is starting to look like a box. I'm taking my time, being super careful that everything just lines up perfectly. Of course, we'll do some sanding and whatnot, but the less sanding I gotta do, the better. But so far, it is coming out great. So I gotta get this last side on, and then we'll go through and put some more screws in just to kind of sure everything up. And then we'll have to make the top plates. Alright guys, we got the last piece of plywood all cut and ready to go. Know I had it cut at Lowe's because that was easier, and they didn't get it quite perfect, but we'll do some sanding and get it all just fine. This is going to be my front, so I made sure to get that all as perfect as I can. So what I'm going to do, I've got some screws over here. I'm just going to put a couple in it just to kind of hold the top 3 places together where they are, since I spent some time getting that perfect. And then I've got a bunch of 1 1/4 screws right here, which will be just perfect for that. So I'm gonna put several of those in all the sides, just so we'll get the sides totally shored up and good to go. And then from there, I gotta run to Lowe's, get some more glue, so we can go ahead and, before we put the top on, we can glue the whole inside and just get that looking all perfect and make sure everything is sealing up great. And then from there, since we'll have some screws in this to hold it together, we can go ahead and mark out all my holes for the subs and then start cutting all that out. Not sure how much I'll get done tonight, but we'll get as much done as we can. Got the screws in there. Tried to get them as neat as possible. Not perfect, but it's gonna have to do. So we gotta flip it up on the back, get more screws underneath done, and then we'll caulk all that up and we'll have all that area basically done. But super exciting, while I was working on that, looks like the ports came in. That was the last thing I really needed to really get this thing done, guys. Okie dokie, guys, here they are. Super excited. And they came with a little Big S Port sticker. So that is very, very cool. Anyway, yeah, these are gonna be going right down in there. I'll have to look and see exactly how long I need them to be. But of course, these are adjustable, so we can make them longer or shorter, whatever we feel like doing. Anyway, guys, super, super excited that these came on in. So I want the ports and the subs and everything to be as symmetrical as possible. So what I did is I marked right here at 24 inches. Of course, that's the halfway. So that'll be halfway between the subs. And then over here we have 9, and I guess it comes to about 39 inches. So that way all the subs will be perfectly symmetrical, and so will the ports. So then I just drew a little line and got that guy over and marked around it. So then what I gotta do is I gotta come in about an inch, maybe 3/4 of an inch, maybe even half an inch. I don't know, I'll figure it out. I gotta come in a little bit, so this screw might have to go. But yeah, I'm gonna come in a little bit and then draw another circle that much smaller, and then we'll cut out the hole and we'll be able to stick these ports in there. All right, guys, what we have here, we just drilled a hole over here so this can turn, and then I measured the exact length I need. Put another hole right there, and we're just gonna get this pencil and just go all the way around in a circle. Now this circle is actually a teeny bit off, so you'll see it won't be quite perfect, but this technically will be the perfect place to cut. So yeah, we're gonna get that done to all these. Once again, a new day. So we have all these holes marked out. So we're gonna just get my little jigsaw over there and cut all those out, and then we can get the ports in. And then I've got a router right here with a little curved bit on it. So we're gonna use that to round off all the edges. So you can see that right there. Now when doing this, you wanna make sure there's no screws too close to the edge. So it might be a little close. So either I'm probably just gonna sink it in just a little bit, or I could just pull the screws too close to the edge out. Either way, it doesn't really matter. But like this one's definitely too close and the bit would probably hit on it. So yeah, gonna pull out any screws that are too close to the edge, and then we'll get all that curved out. So next thing I gotta do is drill out the holes for the ports. So what I like to do is drill a little pilot hole right in there, and then we'll get my jigsaw and just go all the way around. That hole came out perfect, guys. Fits in there nice and flush. All right, let's get to the others. So next thing we gotta do, guys, is cut out all 6 holes up top. I've already got this one marked, but I've got the center point for all the rest of them. So we're gonna go ahead, draw my circle, and then we'll have that done, and then we'll be able to start cutting them out. So there we go, guys. That's where all the subs are gonna sit. Now I have the holes cut just a teeny bit bigger than what this sub calls for, in case I wanted to put in a little bit bigger subs. This one has a really small diameter cut out, whereas a lot of other subs are a little bit bigger, and I may be putting other stuff in this at some point, so don't want to have to cut twice. Should be pretty good. Now I don't think my saw blade's gonna be able to go all the way through 3 sheets, so probably gonna have to undo my screws, take the bottom sheet out, cut out all that, put it back on, mark it, and then just cut out the bottom one separately. So Will take me a little while, but oh well, is what it is, guys. We have the top pretty much done. So I'm gonna pull these screws out. We're gonna put some glue on there and then screw them all together. So we're gonna have the top as kind of a separate piece. We'll get it whole thing screwed and good to where we want it. And then we'll put it on. I have a bunch of real long screws that are gonna go through it into this. That's just in case, instead of putting one layer on and screwing it down and yada, 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 just be a little cleaner and simpler that way. And then I think I'm gonna spray paint the back of this black, just when you look through the port, you'll see black instead of wood. So now I'm building some little supports for the bottoms of these ports. It's just little 2-inch blocks. Just gonna sit right under there like that. And I went ahead and pre-drilled some holes through so I can tilt it up, put screws in from the other side. And then once those blocks are in there, we can slide the rest of the port on there. Now, of course, I'm gonna tape up around the ports because these things do like to fall apart, but at least that'll give it some support just so the whole weight of the port isn't on the tape. So we got my little supports in there, nothing fancy at all. All the point of that is so that way the whole weight of the port isn't on one of these, you know, joints that I'm gonna tape up, because eventually it'll just tear and sit over. Again, all that does is take the weight off that, so should be good. I could have got fancy and made them curved so it really held it in there, but I'm not too worried about it for this moment. And then, of course, when you look through there, you'll just see black, so that's nice. Maybe I'll get around and painting the ports too, not too sure yet. So I went ahead and put some screws in here without gluing it down, just so we can make sure everything lined up the way I wanted it. And then I went ahead and rolled off all the edges with my router, and I went ahead and rolled off these edges too, just to make it a little bit smoother and nicer. Ports are done. Very, very solid in there. Having that little brace under them was a great idea. I'm gonna throw the subs in here in a second just so we can kind of see what it looks like. I still do need to sand this down, but we'll probably do that in a later video. It started pouring out there, so I can't get it done today. So I'm thinking I'm gonna have another brace in between here. I might do one here and one here, or maybe just one right here. The way it sits, it's really pretty solid, having these 3 baffles, so maybe I can just get away with putting like a 2x4 here and here. Take a look at this. This is going to be epic, guys. I am so excited. It's going to look so good. So I need to let y'all let me know if you want to see them mounted regularly for the Sundown show or inverted. I'm going to go ahead and flip them right now, and y'all tell me which one you like better. Take a look at this. What do y'all think? I think it'd be pretty cool to have them inverted, and having it inverted would make it so much easier to wire everything up. So for the show, that may be what I do. These also like closer to 3 cubic feet, so having them inverted would give it more airspace, and that I believe it would also drop the tuning a little bit. Y'all let me know what you think. I think both ways look pretty cool, but inverted certainly would be the easier way to go. Well, guys, that should do it for this video. Please let me know what y'all think. Do you want to see these inverted or regular? Just let me know, and we'll see what we go with. Cannot wait to see some of y'all at the Sundown show. If you want a demo, definitely just come hit me up. Anyway, guys, stay tuned for next videos. We got to install the high output alt and the 4-channel amp. That's really kind of the 2 main things, maybe some other little things as we get to it as well. Hope you've enjoyed this update, and stay tuned for the next ones.